What's it? Oh, it's leap year. Welcome
Yes.
to the call. On February 29th, I was like, oh, this is just not a good day. So I thought I would start, which I know Gabby wants to talk about this. She was asking me about her ice body challenge. I'm just glad that this maintenance stuff is about to be over. I did mine, and I kept saying for the whole week to my husband, I have to get your pictures, I have to get your pictures, I have to get your pictures. And I woke up this morning and I was like, ah! So, I don't know. I sent an email with his pictures to the Isobody Challenge. I think it's, let me look at the email. Isobody Challenge at isogenicscorp.com. I'm on a call. Oh, thank you. Did you get the eggs? Okay. All right. And usually especially if it's your first one, they'll honor it and they'll give it to you a day late. You know what I mean? So if somebody forgot, we can definitely try to get that for them. I've had my customers email them in the past and they did honor it, which is nice. They are very forgiving in that way. Supposedly, if you start your challenge now, I haven't really gotten to figure out how it works because I haven't started a challenge in the new app. I don't know for sure that there isn't maintenance photos. I know there's not supposed to be. It's just really hard to remember all the pictures. And it's really, if it's difficult for me as a business builder, I feel like it's probably really hard for a customer and frustrating, like they probably just don't want to have to mess with it. I know I had a girl that ended one in September, I think. And when she found out that she had to do maintenance pictures, she had a meltdown and never told me, and then was really upset about it. And when I asked if she had started a new challenge, she was, no, I was really so upset by, having to do them that I didn't even finish it. And I was like, okay, well, you could have just called me and I would have helped you. But, and then, I've had people in the past where they ended a challenge maybe in I want to say in March, and they didn't get their coupon until June. That's just a really long time for people to wait that aren't us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Someone that doesn't care about winning the challenge. So hopefully it's easy. I don't really know. I wish there was a way for me to try it out. Okay, so there's Gab. Hey, Gab.
Hello.
I was just telling Mickey about the Isobody situation.
Oh.
I will send you the email for you to email.
Okay.
And still take your pictures and send them in the email, and just ask them for the one-time courtesy to consider taking it a day.
Okay.
I know.
I'm so mad.
I forgot.
Yeah, it says the 28th, and I'm like, yeah, it's 28th, Sarah, isn't it? And then I look, I'm like, no, it's the 29th.
I know. I woke up this morning and said the same thing because I've been telling Dave all week, I have to take your pictures, I have to take your pictures, I have to take your pictures. So I forgot. But I mean, it's crazy right now. So, well, I was going to have people celebrate today because I don't know. I guess I kind of know if people are enrolling, but Tayani is working on hitting Crystal Manager. Her daughter only needs one enrollment. And I know she's not on right now, but that's awesome. Her daughter had her first enrollment this week, and hopefully I think her son is going to enroll by the weekend, and that will give Tayani Crystal Manager status and create a consultant for her daughter. So that's cool. This week for me, I enrolled a guy that I've been talking to for an entire year. And I wouldn't say that I've been talking to him about Isogenics for a whole year, but I've been creating a relationship with him for a whole year. He is into baseball, and I was more or less trying to explain to him about the business because I know that the additional stream of income is great for everyone, but also just the nutrition side of it is also great. So with that said, I mean, in the midst of wow, I had a crazy week. I can't even tell you, like I've been running my butt off, but like I still got an enrollment and I sent him the link. I don't normally do that. I don't know if you guys are using it at all. You create your cart in your back office. So you have to be on a computer to create your cart in the back office. And I guess I can show you. It's probably the easiest way. I don't know how good my internet here is here at my new house. It was kind of maddening trying to get, I can't find my internet. Maybe I don't have one up. Hold on. And I don't know if I can do two things at once. I guess we'll see. But the great thing about sending it that way, I'm normally a pen and paper girl. I want to have everyone's information and be able to create their account for them. However, it might give them better ownership of their account if they have to do the enrollment themselves. So you still want to have the enrolling conversation. You want to read the script still, and you want to decide what pack they're getting started with. And that way you can send them the cart that is exactly what they're going to get started with. So let's see if I can find this now. I don't see it. Why can't I find it? Oh my gosh.
Isn't it under orders? I've sent a couple.
I'll have you. See, I feel like the younger generation does do it more, but especially with how busy I've been, I don't know that I would have had the time. I just can't find this. Show all windows. There we go. Got it. It's under team actually. Manage my recommended carts. So I have a couple different ones. I have a value pack, a 30-day, a custom, and then when I make one specifically for the person, like I just named it their name. But I don't know how many we're allowed to have, but you might be able to just keep making them if you want to have different ones available. Or as they tell you what they want, it's really easy to create one real quick. And then you go to your app to send the link. Is that how you do it, Gabby?
Honestly, I've never sent one before. I'm kind of like you. I still like to write everything down
Oh.
because the amount of people that forget their passwords, and I just save it into my Google Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always have their password from when I created it. So I've never actually sent one, but I've created the cards. I've just never sent the link.
Oh, okay. So the link is sent, and I can't remember if they said that they were going to merge the business app with IsaLife. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I'm trying to decide how I can show you. When you go to your IsaLife app, at the bottom, there's a little like person, okay? Because I had another business builder ask me about this week. So if you click on that person, hold on, maybe if I stop sharing. Okay, all right, so you go to this page, right? And that's the little button in the corner over here, the little person. And then when you scroll down, it says share Isagenix. So it'll pop up and it'll say, it even asks you, so the things you want to explain to people that I realize that sometimes aren't necessarily a given, why you want your auto ship to go out in 29 days, okay? When you are a business builder and you want to stay paid as consultant, Gabby, this is for you. You want to set your auto ship to 29 days. So you can even do this there. And it asks where you want your person to be placed. Okay. And you can place it on your minor volume team, your right leg or your left leg. Minor volume means whatever side you need volume to cycle is where they're going to be placed. So if you have a side that has holding volume and then you're waiting on the other side to have 300 BV to cycle, that's what the minor volume leg means. Or you can choose right or left, your choice. Now, The other thing is, if you want to customize your placement, as far as like sometimes I enroll on Lindsay's inside leg to help Lindsay. You know, like if someone's building, or if I'm enrolling on my husband's inside leg, I can't just pick bottom right because I have to place that person. Now, you do have 3 days that you can call customer service and you can have the person move to where you want them to if it doesn't work out well. So that's the only problem with sharing the link that I'm not crazy about, because I can't literally say where I want to enroll someone. You know what I mean? But that being said, you're leaving? Okay. All right. Love you too. Oh yeah. So when I sent this link, you know, the person said to me, "What's this auto ship mean?" And I said, well, especially if you want to build the business, anything you buy and you order within 29 days, 100 BV, is going to go towards where you need to cycle. If you set it to 30 days, you're going to lose the volume. It goes to Isagenix and you don't ever get it again. It's kind of like, it's not supposed to happen is what I'm told, because like the system, I don't know if it's like a fluke in the system or something, but I don't know. I've always had my order go out in 29 days. So you set it the day before your auto ship date. So if your active date is February 29th, you want your auto ship to go out February 28th. That way you're at 29 days the day before your active date is up. That way you get to keep that whole 100 BV, because I want to get paid more, right? And I want whatever I buy to pay me. And essentially, even like all the things I use for my Isagenix, the skincare, like the body wash, the hand creams, whatever, I buy that from my own personal store because it pays me to buy it. My coffee, things like that. So just remember that when you're thinking about what you're going to buy at the grocery store, if you can buy it from Isagenix, I would buy it from Isagenix instead. So it does ask you if you want to be the sponsor. So say you're enrolling for someone else, you can do that. You just need to know their member ID number. So say Gabby would say to me, "Hey, Sarah, I need help enrolling this person." Normally I would talk to them on the phone and write down their information. But if I was in a bind, or some people prefer to sign up this way. Okay, so if they say, "I'd really like to sign up myself," do not send them to your website. It's confusing. I think sometimes you could enroll without signing up, and then they're paying retail pricing. They could get directed straight to Isagenix, and then they just get given to whoever. Like, you want to make sure that your enrollment that you worked so hard for comes to you. And that's another tip that I want to talk about. Don't feel like you don't want to talk to people because you don't want to bug them, because if you don't talk to them, someone else will. I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, and this has happened to me. Like, I had this lady that I used to do her hair when I first started doing hair, and we met last fall. I was picking up flowers, and she was like, I wanted to just talk to her business mind to business mind. She's a director, or no, whatever the biggest Mary Kay thing you can be. Like, she has the pink Cadillac and all that jazz. She's well known in the area. Like, she's the Mary Kay lady. Okay. And we kept not being able to connect. Like, we set up coffee dates. She would get busy. I would get busy. We never met. She ends up being enrolled by Dana. Okay. And you know what she said to me when she came to a sip and sample? "You should have called me." Like, that was a punch in the gut. So don't think that you should hesitate, and don't think that you shouldn't open your mouth, because you don't know whose life you could add value to. And you think that it's not a big deal, but it is. I mean, I love that when we have sip and samples in Bolivar, that Emma George, she's brand new. She comes, and you know what? How much value she adds when she comes, because she has a story. Gabby and I, not to be mean, we're skinny chicks, right? Like, people look at us like, yeah, whatever. We wish we looked like you before you started Isagenix, and now you want to talk about how good you look. So I don't typically share that. I mean, now Gabby has a new story, because she's gonna gain some weight right now, and she's gonna be able to take it off real easy. But she's also having good nutrition along the way, so she can talk about how good she feels while she's pregnant, and it's different this time around. She doesn't have to feel like garbage. So everybody's story has value. I mean, I usually get to talk to the athletes. I usually get to talk to the people that work out that aren't fueling their bodies appropriately. So I have a different way to add value than someone that lost 100 pounds. But when we're in Gabby's office and those people have a lot of weight to lose, I need someone there that has lost the weight that is loving the program, because that helps me show them that it can work for them, not just us trying to say, I promise you it'll work, you just have to do it. So that being said, let's see, what else do I want to share? So hopefully that helps you make life a little easier. So even when you think you're too busy, you can always send a link. What else am I doing a lot of right now? I'm having a lot of people come to me. My most recent, one of my recent enrollments, she's not losing a lot of weight. And here's what I ask people to do. So hopefully this helps you. If someone starts on the program and they're not losing weight, I would ask them to write down what they're eating and send it to you. And here's why. So she didn't want to cleanse. She was already using a different shake, and she basically just wanted to switch to isogenic shakes. When she sent me what she was eating, I was like, sister, okay, we got a problem, because she's not following isogenics at all. She's eating whenever she wants to, and she's working out and maybe having one shake a day. Because this is someone in my BNI chapter. So another guy is doing isogenics, and in 2 weeks he lost 17 pounds, and I shared his story last week. And she was like, in the face. Because she does have a lot more weight to lose than probably he does, and she's lost like 4 pounds. But, you know, like, it's about what you eat. She told me she was eating this, let me tell you what it is. Some kind of bar, I don't know. And she sends me a picture of it, and it's 120 calories, 11 grams of fat, 16 carbs or something, and no protein. I'm sorry, that's not worthy to even put in your mouth. Like, you just ate a vat of fat and carbs. You know, like, I was like, why are you eating that? And she said, well, my niece who does paleo told me they were good. Well, she's clearly an idiot. Not to be mean, but like, I was like, who's me or her? Like, I don't understand. Like, I said, let me bring you one of our bars, because I don't think she's bought bars yet. And I'm like, maybe you need to try one of our bars, and then you can kind of see. While ours are higher in carbs, they still are a better option than what else is out the store. Because trust me, when I've forgotten my bars when we're out of town for baseball, and I know I need them for my kids, I try to go to the store and find something comparable. Number one, I won't put soy in my kid's body. I won't put things in their body that doesn't have enough protein in it. And I couldn't find anything even really close that wasn't junky. Like, I was like, okay. I mean, sometimes like they have those ones that are like, I forget what they're called, but they have like egg whites and nuts and something else. Well, the macros are good, decent, but even my husband won't eat them, and he eats dirt. Like, I can't give them to my kids. They're not going to eat those. So the other thing I did this week, I went to a realtor's office and did a 15-minute talk. And I know people would say to me, Sarah, what did you share? So some of them have been introduced to isogenics before. So I kind of wanted to just go and add value and talk about how I use the products to go inside with better energy levels. Okay. I don't know if I'll get an enrollment from it. I have one phone number from one lady that was really interested, and she said that she couldn't get started for like a month. So in a group of probably like 15 people, I have one for sure contact that gave me their phone number that said, I want to get started and I want my husband to do it with me. Okay. So right off the bat, like before I even left the office, I sat down with her and explained to her what it looks like to get started, what a pack would cost, how she could get her products paid for, since she said she couldn't afford it. So I immediately said, if you have 2 friends, so even your husband and yourself and one other person that wants to get started with you, guess what? I can get your pack for free. So I shared with her like that right away. But I just added value in the sense, like I said, okay, my 6 top tips for things that I would recommend that you do daily. Like, even if you can only, incorporate one thing a day. Now, they were kind of funny. The first thing I shared with was water. You need to be drinking enough water. Obviously, minimum is half your body weight in ounces. But I would say drink a gallon of water a day. And they asked if they could add vodka. And I said, okay, probably not for weight loss, but do what you need to do. I talked about better sleep. I talked about obviously nutrition. I talked about using adaptogenic herbs. So I showed them Ionic Supreme. So I didn't take a pack because it's kind of like when I went to Gabby's office for the first time, they gave me 30 minutes. Well, this time I only had 15. And I'm like, I can't talk about isogenics and do a product display in 15 minutes, right? So instead I just shared with them a few things that they could change daily that would help them. Sleep is important, getting exercise cumulatively. Like people want to get overwhelmed by, I don't have time to go to the gym and I don't have time to exercise. I explained that they could walk 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunch, and 10 minutes after work. And that's 30 minutes a day. Cumulatively, that's 150 minutes a week. So that's better than nothing, right? What else did I share? I took protein balls with me and shared that I made them with our shake because viable snack options when you're in the car and on the go are important, and not to grab things that are like bad for you, like at fast food restaurants. Have something with you that has protein, carbs, and fats. And then I also shared about not over caffeinating yourself. So I took Bia with me and I said, 1 cup of coffee a day is great, but you don't want to spend a lot of time at Starbucks because it's a lot of extra calories that you don't have room for, as well as too much coffee brings you up and then brings you back down. And if you live in that world of, I need energy, I'm drinking caffeine all the time, really you just end up feeling a lot more tired and a lot more, just disgusting. And so, I mean, they seem to really respond well to it in the sense that I left cards. I took, I should show you. So there was candy jars, like a lot of them. And I was like, where should I set up my stuff? And they were like, probably over here. And I said, oh, buy all the candy. I said, you have the health lady coming in to talk about being healthier. And then you want me to talk next to the candy. So here's what I do. Here's my business card. And I glue an Isodalite on the back. So when they asked for a card before I left, I said, oh, here you go. And here's a healthy form to get your sweet tooth taken care of, right? So those are the things that I did while I was there. I don't know how I can really follow up with them because I only got really one name. I am good friends with a couple of the girls that work there, so I could probably check in with them and just ask them, what I could do. And maybe they'll have me come back again. I don't know. But that was a cool opportunity. And I kind of want more things like that where I can just get myself out there and get in front of people. Because I think you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. The people who are looking. Because this lady that pulled me aside was like, I don't sleep. I went through menopause and I've gained, I think she said 30 pounds. And just doesn't feel good overall. Not comfortable in her own skin. So like I said, in a room of 15, even if I only have one, that's one person that I didn't know before. So I do love my networking group for that reason. I've gotten really comfortable with talking in front of people more than I was when I started, for sure. And I've gotten really good at doing my 30-second commercial. Those kind of things, even if I don't have any referrals from these people, I'm learning a lot myself, if that makes sense. So it makes me better. And that's what I also do, the education at my BNI chapter. So I usually have Me Too moments, like I learned this, but and I was talking about how BNI is more than referrals. I mean, I go in there and I sell eggs now. So anybody want eggs? I got lots of eggs. But also there's always someone there that you can compare your business to. You can see what you need to do. You can see where you need to add. You can make yourself better and listen to what they're doing for their customers and figure out how can I be at their level? Like, how can I make myself better? Because essentially we are business owners. You are running a business, and that's what else I talk about. Business owners have to be at the top of their game. We have to have energy for our customers. We have to have energy for each other, and taking care of your health is your number one priority. So if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to show up and do a good job for other people. So, all right, guys. I feel like I've talked at you enough. Do you have anything to celebrate?
Nope.
No?
No.
No good conversations.
Well, I've been connecting and building relationships.
It takes time. I told you. I just enrolled someone that I talked to for a whole year. They have to get to know you. It's okay. Keep doing
Yeah,
it.
that's kind of what I'm doing. Is just trying to like organically connect with people about like just like life in general. Like I've been reaching out to people that are pregnant or just a baby or anything like that, and like connecting with them. And how's their pregnancy going? What are they experiencing? And that's really helped me. And I feel like I'm getting a lot more interactable now.
Yeah.
So
And so then when you do post things about your business and about what you're doing, they're going to be watching you. I know one of the tips that one of the leaders shared was go to people's stories every day and comment on their stories, because that goes to Messenger and creates, so anyone that's a prospect of yours, watch their story and make sure you comment. You can heart it, but if you comment, that's going to let them know that you're watching and create a conversation. Okay. And I would do that first before you do your post, because then it drives your post into their feed. The other idea that I was listening to, what was it? I would think I was listening to a podcast. I know what it was. It was an interview from Celebration, I think. And I said to Ian, I said, we need to collaborate, because I do think, let me find her. I said, we need to be doing an Eat for Free Zoom call. So all of your new enrollments, you can direct to a call that either Ann and I would do once a week that talks about how to get your products paid for and why. What do you think about that? I mean, even if it's a recording and you could share it, maybe we could do something like that. Because, okay, I love the you share, they share link, the YouTube video. However, wonder if they don't start on a value pack. You know, I think we need to do different scenarios, because it seems like, you know, we went from always doing value packs to now we meet people where they are, and maybe they enroll with 4 shakes. Okay, so this is what it looks like if you enroll on 4 shakes and you enroll someone just like you, right? So I think that maybe we need to make sure that we show that more often. And if you're not comfortable doing it, let me do it for you, if that makes sense. So I need to figure out what that looks like, but I think that would be awesome. I also love the idea of us doing at least one, maybe, and I don't want to make you get on a ton of calls, because I feel like that's not a money making activity for you. But if we can get on a call and work and do our DMOs together, and I can help you talk to people, maybe that would be effective. I know the team as a whole is talking about doing that. I missed our mastermind call yesterday that was going to probably get into more detail about that. I was at a pep rally for my daughter. So, but yeah, I think that is something that we could definitely add to our routine to help you promote your people so that you can hit your next level rank advancements. Because maybe even sometimes when it comes from someone else, it sounds better. You know, kind of like if someone else tells your kids to be quiet, they listen. So Chris is finally on. I'm getting ready to be done. But I am recorded, and it was pretty good. So if you want to watch the recording. But yeah, I would say keep doing your connections. I know sometimes it can be frustrating and you think nothing is happening, but it's kind of like even with Kendra Snodgrass last week. I think that was like probably a whole year of her just doing the do. Like even if she wasn't always talking to people, she always posts about her products, using her products, working out, things like that. So that's what else I want you to remember. PK says, post about the life you love, the products you love, and the opportunity. You know, and kind of just rotate between those, you know, and that way you're not always posting the same things, but you're also still getting your posts out there. because I know sometimes it's like, oh, what am I going to post today? You know, what, I don't have anything going on. My life is pretty boring. And what I'm in right now, I'm in this crazy land of I'm running from thing to thing, and I don't even have time to take pictures of what I'm doing. I was like, oh, you know, that when I mean, I don't even think I took pictures before of my house, like before we painted, so that I could do a before and after picture. And now we're at the old house and I'm painting, like, to get that one ready to rent. And, you know, running between kids' baseball, cheer competitions. We're still playing basketball because our boys are doing good. So we're playing again on Tuesday. Like, we're getting ready to go to Columbus at 3. So I just need to be, I'm so in the moment that I have a hard time stepping back and saying, oh, I'm going to take a picture now. And then when it's over, I'm like, oh, I should have took a picture because that would have been something good to share, you know? So try to be better than me, I guess. Some people, it's their gifting and they're really good at it. Like if you watch Anne is really good at taking pictures of everything she does. And like, I think it was Alvy Shepherd said, take 5 pictures a day. And I came home from NYKO thinking, I'm going to take 5 pictures a day. I'm going to make sure I do that. I'm just trying to survive right now. So I don't know. Maybe that can be my goal for starting in March, but I don't know. We're not even really settled yet. There's still a lot to do and it's pretty busy, but I do try to at least work my business a little bit as much as I can, an hour a day, if that's all I've got. Like I said, Tuesday I went to do a talking event at McInturf Realty. Thursdays I always go to BNI, so I feel like at least I'm getting in something that's connecting to those people. And obviously I always check in with my customers every day. I try to at least do, I don't know, probably 5 people a day that are customers. I try to check on you guys, and I try to connect with 5 new people and 5 prospects. So bare minimum, do what you can when you can, but just keep doing the do. I promise it will pay off. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to let you go. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday on the team call.
All right, thanks. Have a good weekend.
You too. Love you guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You're
Bye.
welcome.